Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nurina Izzati binti Muhammad Zulkifli. My student ID is 2024268254 from the Bachelor of Science Education, Honors in Physics, and my group is EDU550. The title of my research is Teacher's Perspective on Managing Low Motivated Student and Classroom Behavior in School. Student motivation is a crucial factor in ensuring effective teaching and learning. However, many teachers today face challenge with students who show low motivation, such as lack of focus, passive behavior, and destructive action in the classroom. These issues not only affect individual students but also disrupt the overall learning environments. Despite its importance, there is still a research gap in understanding student motivation from teachers' perspective, especially comparing novice and veteran teachers. This study focuses on understanding how teachers perceive student motivations, the strategy they use to motivate low-motivated students, and the challenge they face in managing classroom behavior, particularly in Malaysian secondary school context. This topic was selected because previous studies have shown that student motivation significantly influences academic achievement, classroom engagement, and behavior. Based on recent studies within the last 5 years, researchers has found that student motivation is influenced by multiple factors such as family's background, peers' influence, emotional well-being, and teaching approaches. Most of these studies use qualitative and mixed method approaches and highlight the importance of teachers' roles in motivating students. For this study, 5 reason sources were reviewed to support the importance and relevance of the research topic on low motivated student behavior. There are several educational psychology theories support the relevance of this study. According to central ecological perspective, student behavior and motivation are shaped by interaction between personal factor and environmental influence such as family, peers, and school context. Self-determination theory, proposed by Deci and Ryans, explains that motivation depends on the fulfillment of 3 psychological needs, which is autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Maslow's hierarchy of needs suggests that emotional and psychological needs must be fulfilled before effective learning can occur. In addition, behaviorist theory, particularly Skinner's concept of reinforcement, explains how praise and reward can encourage positive learning behavior. These theories were used to guide the analysis and discussion of findings in this study. This study employed a qualitative research design using semi-structured interview. Purposive sampling was used to select participants who could provide relevant and meaningful insight into the issues of low-motivated students and classroom behavior. 2 teachers were involved in this study. The first participant was a novice teacher with 1 year of teaching experience. She teaches physical and health education at SMK Bandar Damansara 4. The second participant was a veteran teacher with 7 years of teaching experience. She teaches geography, history, and physical and health education at SMK Tambun. It is important to highlight that the veteran teacher also serves a disciplined teacher, which provides her with greater exposure and experience in managing student behavior and motivation-related issues. Due to her role and years of experience, she has encountered more cases involving low-motivated students, making her insight particularly valuable for this study.
Okey, sebagai seorang guru yang dah lama mengajar dan dalam masa yang sama saya juga merupakan guru disiplin di sekolah. Waktu yang saya pernah berhadapan dengan murid yang mana orang cakap faktor keluarga itu sebenarnya yang menyebabkan murid itu mempunyai adab dan etika sopan yang macam dekat sekolah. Okey, ada yang seorang murid ni saya menerima aduan daripada banyak guru mata pelajaran mereka yang dia begitu murid ni selalu tidur, kurang ajar dengan guru. So bila murid ni tadi terlibat dengan masalah disiplin di sekolah, masa itulah barulah kita dapat bongkar bila kaunseling, pihak bimbingan dan kaunseling bersama dengan guru disiplin bersama juga dengan guru kelas, bila kami duduk bersama baru kami boleh bongkar rupanya murid ni ada masalah dan konflik keluarga di rumah.
In terms of data collection, the interview with the novice teacher was conducted online, while the interview with the veteran teacher was conducted face-to-face. Semi-structured interview questions were used to allow flexibility while ensuring that all questions remain aligned with the research objective. The interview question focused on the causes of the low student motivation, the strategies used to motivate students, and the challenge faced by teachers in managing low motivated students. Now I will discuss about the main finding of the study, the similarity and the differences. Both teachers agree that student motivation is influenced by both internal and external factors, particularly family background, peer influence, and previous learning experience. They also identified similar signs of low motivation such as lack of focus, passive participation, and failure to complete tasks. However, there were differences in emphasis. The novice teacher focused more on student internal factors such as low confidence and fear of making mistakes. In contrast, the veteran teacher placed greater emphasis on environmental and emotional factors, particularly family problem and emotional stress. There are a short video clip for this part. Apakah faktor utama yang menyebabkan murid menunjukkan tingkah laku kurang bermotivasi di dalam kelas?
Okey, sebagai saya, guru baru, saya mendapati murid yang kurang bermotivasi selalunya cepat bosan dan suka mengekal ketepuan dalam kelas. Jadi, ada murid yang kurang yakin dengan kebolehan diri sendiri dan sudah menganggap mereka tidak pandai menyebabkan mereka ni kurang berusaha.
Antara faktor dominan lah yang sering kita nampak pada diri pelajar ni, faktor utama adalah masalah keluarga sebenarnya. Maksudnya daripada rumah dibawa sampai ke sekolah tu yang menyebabkan murid itu memberontak, nak tunjuk apa yang dia rasa tak suka, yang dia rasa tak selesa di rumah, dia cuba tunjukkan di sekolah. Faktor lain juga boleh jadi tekanan emosi pelajar itu sendiri dan juga pengalaman pembelajaran yang lepas.
There are the three main themes emerged from the analysis. First is environmental and emotional factor were the main causes of low student motivation. Second, empathetic and student-centered strategies such as praise, emotional support, and flexible teaching approaches were effective in increasing motivation. Third, classroom management challenge and time constraints were major difficulty faced by the teacher, especially when dealing with large class size and heavy workload. These findings are supported by central ecological perspective, which explain how environmental influence affects student behavior. The lack of confidence among students reflects self-determination theory, particularly the need for competence and relatedness. Emotional stress affecting learning support Maslow hierarchy of need, while the effectiveness of praise align with behaviorist theory. In conclusion, the study showed that low student motivation is influenced by emotional, environmental, and academic factors. Teachers play an important role in motivating students through empathetic, flexible, and student-centered approaches. However, their efforts are often constrained by classroom management challenge and time limitation. For future research, students could involve more participants, different school settings, and include student perspective to gain deeper understanding. In terms of recommendations, first is school should provide continuous support and training for the teacher. And second is parents should be more involved in supporting students emotionally and academically. And the last is the Ministry of Education can consider policies that support management class size and teacher well-being. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening.